back to the channel. Well, if you've seen the last video, you saw where we put those max speeding rod coilovers on our 1967 Ford Mustang body swap conversion onto this 2013 Mustang GT track package. Now, today what we're going to be doing is exhaust systems. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put a clip in so that you can hear the exhaust system as it was on the 2013. Okay, now that was the before. So now let's go ahead and give you just a little sneak peek of the after once we took the rear muffler and made it into a mid muffler, since our pipes are going to be coming out the side. Well, as you see ahead of me here, this is the car that you've seen us do the max speeding rods coilover system front and rear on. Well, this is our 1967 Ford Mustang body swap car, and if you know what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing a side skirt kit with a side exhaust like you've seen in the SVO Ford Mustangs. Now, I am going to have to do some modifications right here for that exhaust system to clear the way I want it, but the issue we're having is this right here can't be what we're going to be going with. We will not be using exhaust out the rear. Now, this is the Roush axle backs. There is Southern Cats, which means none, out here to this X pipe, all the way out to the Roush axle backs behind that 5-liter Ford Coyote engine. So I'm going to try to keep these Roush axle back mufflers, but we're going to have to place them further up, somewhere in this general area here, so that I can U-bend them out to go out the side with some crush pipe and clear all these components for the suspension. So what I'm going to be doing today, since me and my dad had the topic of, well, it's going to change the tone, I thought, why not go ahead, get in there, cut those mufflers off, go ahead, get them into place right here, and just kind of work those mufflers out the side to see how much is it actually going to change the tune. Let's go ahead and find out right now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is going to be cutting this pipe right up here. Side. Boy, I didn't cut that worth of crap. Woo. Now, let's remove these. Now I've removed the axle backs here, and here's the other section of pipe that was hung up. So now I have these pieces of pipe. These are where I'm going to be placing my mufflers. They can't go too far back because they can't come in here to contact anywhere near the rear end or the U-bend here. So I'm going to have to make sure I can place them further up, but where they will not contact the drive shaft, so I can go ahead and get them tacked into place. Okay, now I've got these Roush axle backs cleaned up. They are directional, so you got to make sure that you put the right side in the right area. So they're going to have to go somewhere right in here. I'm going to go a little bit more forward with them. I'll probably go ahead and tack them into place just right there. Then go ahead and put them up into place. The best way for me to make it perfect is to go ahead and remove it right here where the X is. Take this down, tack them into place, and then set it back up and see how it fits. Then weld them up to this. Okay, so now I have this X pipe section here in place. Now this will need to go further up. Now I'm going to weld these as far up as I possibly can, where they will be right touching right in the center. That way I can put a tack here, and that'll help secure these into place. Then I'll have plenty of room for my exiting pipe. So, best thing to do, just kind of sit these into place. Kind of look down, check it, make a mark, make my cut. Now, it's time to go ahead, tack them into place. I'll put them back into position and see if they fit and they clear that fuel tank guard. Okay, so here's what I have right now. I did leave the Roush facing the bottom of the car, so that whenever you're looking at the car through the bottom with on the lift, these letters right here are going to be facing down. Unlike some things like Flowmaster, where one side's facing down, the other side facing up. So let's go ahead and set these in, see how they fit. Slide them up. Looks good. Here is our final product. We've already got it painted. We polished our Roush axle backs. Now, it's time to put them into place. All right, now they're just sitting in here. I'm gonna get a strap so that I can hang them up where I need to put them. And then I'll tighten them up in place. Now you can see where I've added the bends here that will go around the tank. This will now curve and then go right out the side right here. So I'll have to add a pipe to this going around and then out. And it'll have to be a crushed pipe to this point here. But I don't have the pipe yet, so this is as far as we've got to see how much of an exhaust change putting the tail muffler to a mid muffler. So everything's the same from here to this point, but mufflers are changed. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna make some brackets here to hold this section to the car, and then we're gonna go ahead and crank it up and see how different the exhaust sounds. I've got this little strip here cut of some 10 gauge, and that's what I'm gonna be using for my hangers. Right beside the fuel tank hanger, there's already a tapped nut, weld nut already up there, so I'm gonna run from there down. I've cut both my strips here, so to get an idea, they're gonna go right up there, and they're gonna be bent up there. And rather than putting them to the back, I'm gonna run them straight. Let me get a good view here. Straight from up there, directly down and weld to my pipe, just like so. Now we're gonna take our piece, slide it straight up, go ahead and fasten a bolt in there, and then we'll be able to get this piece of metal and run it straight over to this piece right here, and that'll hold this secure where it needs to be. Now there it is, there's the exhaust system. I've painted up here at the front where I've welded it. It runs straight up and mounts up there on both sides. So there we have our exhaust system. It's gonna have to run, of course, up here and then out the side, but I've got to get some more pipe for that. But the tone shouldn't change just from here to right there. Now let's go ahead and see exactly if Dad was right, that these right here are gonna drastically change the tone. Now it's coming a hurricane in Florida right now, so it is raining, so forgive it if there is some background noise. I can't put the camera outside because of the flooding, but let's go ahead, see how it sounds. Okay, it sounds a whole lot better. Definitely a whole lot better. It still has the same note. It's just a little bit more aggressive whenever you're getting into the throttle. Just like it should. Thanks for watching the channel, guys. I really appreciate you subscribing. If you haven't, go ahead and do that already. We're working on this 67 fastback body swap and the 69 Chevelle back here behind us. But you be the judge, let me know. Does it sound better before or after? Thanks for watching.